Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Cinco de Mayo. We are live here on the Lindsey Beckham Show. I'm, of course, Lindsey Beckham, coming to you from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios, right here in the heart of Flora, the Cotton Exchange Plaza. Hope everybody's having a fabulous Tuesday. Hope you have some plans to get out there, get some good, authentic Mexican food, have a margarita or two. It doesn't quite look like patio weather, but maybe that will change by this afternoon. We are streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. And as always, you can find us on your FM radio dial right there on 1039. And you can stream the audio version of all WYAB shows at WYAB.com. Those 50,000 powerful watts bringing all of your favorite WYAB hosts to you all across the state of Mississippi. You are welcome to call in to the show today. Can I have an open forum? 601-879-0002. We also have a text line here on the Lindsey Beckham Show. That number is 601-879-4648. We'll see what kind of haters we can get in the comments on the live stream today. Been told lots of interesting things over the last couple of weeks to go make a sandwich, and how do I like the licking Trump's boots, all the things that these insane people hiding behind a keyboard like to say. You just never know. A lot of interesting things that I have seen over the last few days. Obviously, we have a special session coming up. We're going to talk about where that will take place and why. Also, which states across the country spend the most money per child on education, and where do they fall in the ranking? Does spending more money per student equivalent better outcomes? I don't know. We're going to discuss that. Tomorrow on the show, Secretary of State and candidate for Lieutenant Governor, he has announced his run for Lieutenant Governor of the state of Mississippi. Michael Watson will be here in studio with us for the full show tomorrow, May the 6th, Wednesday. Thursday evening, I will be over in Choctaw County speaking to Choctaw County GOP. And then later on in the month, I find this quite interesting. May 21st, there will be another school choice panel debate, although it seems the other side has decided they don't want to show up to any more debates. I almost wonder, is it because Nancy Loom is afraid of how she might answer those Southern Poverty Law Center funding questions? Because yes, we know, we're well aware, Nancy, that your anti-parents campaign organization is funded by that actual hate group, the Southern Poverty Law Center, who was just handed 11 indictments. The group who spends millions of dollars to infiltrate groups such as the KKK in order just to stir up more hate, more division. The group who has a so-called hate map made up of every conservative organization they can find. Half of the little pins on their hate map belong to Moms for Liberty chapters. The group who has put a target on our backs for so many years. The group that labeled Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA a hate group on their hate map a mere few months before his very public assassination. That group, that's the one. That's the one I'm speaking of. That's the one who funds Nancy Loom and her organization that she likes to call the Parents Campaign. I obviously have dubbed that the Anti Parents Campaign because I don't think you could find a more anti parent group out there. I've said that before and I will say it again every time they are mentioned. But I debated her twice, once one on one over in Oxford, and then a second time in Pearl when we had both a pro school choice panel and an anti school choice panel. And she has now decided she no longer wants to debate. I say we just put a hologram Nancy up there and use her quotes that she's made over the years. The quotes that she made back when conservative leadership, Republicans, wanted to initiate what we now call the third grade reading gate. She didn't like that. She made a comment to the Clarion Ledger saying that we were just setting kids up for failure by incorporating a third grade reading gate, by saying, hey, it makes total sense that we not allow children to move on to the next grade if they can't read at grade level. That's setting them up for failure. Mind boggling. Of course, now that she has seen how effective this third grade reading gate has been, that was passed here in the state of Mississippi, not because of her, but in spite of her and her organization. Now that she has seen when you use common sense, you get back to the basics, you get back to phonics, you incorporate that when you are teaching children how to read. And then when they can't read as they should, you hold them back until they can. Of course, we have seen Mississippi go from last place in the rankings across the country when it comes to education to now 14th place. Not too shabby. When you incorporate good conservative Republican policy that works, it pays off, and the proof is in the pudding. Now she has seen that and she wants to take full credit. You cannot make this stuff up, people. You cannot make this stuff up. As I was getting ready, I have a group text with my friends Alex and Leah, and Alex sent us an opinion piece from the Clarion Ledger on school choice. She then sent us a comment that was made. I agree wholeheartedly with this comment. I do not know the person who wrote it. I can't see their name. It's cut off, but kudos to this commenter on the Clarion Ledger's opinion piece that was posted to Facebook, because this person right here gets it. This person said, the same goes who have kept this relatively small state population-wise with 82 separate school districts. We have 141 highly compensated superintendents sucking down a huge chunk of our education budget. before the first classroom teacher gets a dime. 141 superintendents for only 425,000 students. That's one superintendent for every 3,000 students. Not talking about classroom teachers or principals or office and lunchroom workers. I'm talking about bureaucrats who never set foot in a classroom, but earn on average, listen to this, guys, on average, the 141 superintendents across the state of Mississippi earn $163,174 annually, more than 3 times the average salary of a classroom teacher. The DeSoto County superintendent earns $264,928. Might as well round that up, $265,000 a year. In fact, the highest paid public official in the entire state of Mississippi is the superintendent for Harrison County. While Mississippi classroom teachers are at the bottom of the national average pay scale for teachers, our superintendents are on par with the national average superintendent salary of $159,000, and we have 141 of them. While California manages 10 times as many students, about 5 million students, with only 58 superintendents. This is why Mississippi stays at the bottom of the education pile. We do not have a large enough working population to pay 141 superintendents at an average of 140,000 and give our 37,000 teachers a $5,000 salary increase to bring them even close to the national average salary of 64,000. And without a fair salary for our teachers, we cannot attract the best teachers. The only way we can break this stalemate is to consolidate those 82 districts into no more than 3 or 4. Get the money out of the boardroom and into the classroom, or give parents the choice to send their kids to a school that prioritizes teachers over red tape. I'd go even further than that and say, give parents the opportunity to send their kids to a school where the children in the classroom who are learning, who we are supposed to be teaching, are prioritized over any and everything else, period. That's how you fix the education system. You give more freedom, you give more opportunity, and you allow children to learn in the environment that best suits their needs. I don't care if everyone is sick and tired of hearing me say it. I'm going to preach it till the cows come home, or until we elect a new governor and Michael Watson, and they get in there and fix this mess that Delbert has held us up on, that Nancy Loom has held us up on. And if you know anything about the relationship between Nancy Loom and Delbert Hosemann, they go together like peas and carrots. And it's time we do better. And it's going to happen. It is going to happen. I did not mean to go on that school choice rant for the first segment of the show today, but you know what? Here on the Lindsey Beckham Show, we believe protecting children, empowering parents, and standing for truth. And that, my friends, is the truth. Or as Paul Harvey would say, and now you have the rest of the story. We got to take a break. Y'all stay with us. Lots more to get into today here on the Lindsey Beckham Show, WIAB 1039. We will be right back. 1039. We will be right back.
Born in America.
1039 WIAB. Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
This May, celebrate the moments that matter most with something that lasts forever. At Albritton's Jewelry, we're honoring moms, grads, and all of life's milestones with a spectacular Mother's Day and graduation sale happening May 4th through May 16th. Enjoy store-wide savings with up to 50% off select merchandise, including 25% off our remaining Breitling watch inventory. Looking for something extraordinary? Now's your chance. We're closing out our stunning Jude Francis collection at 50% off and offering an incredible 50% off Veragio jewelry. Timeless pieces designed to shine for a lifetime. From elegant necklaces to unforgettable rings, you'll find the perfect gift to say thank you, I'm proud of you, or simply, I love you. Visit Albritton's Jewelry today and make this season unforgettable. But hurry, these savings end May 16th. Albritton's Jewelry, Mississippi's foremost diamond merchant since 1920.
At Albritton's Jewelers.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Delicious food and a relaxing atmosphere combine to make the best place for sports fans and foodie fans to watch the game and just hang out. Capitol Grill of Jackson. Of course they've got the games, but food, oh my goodness. Mouth-watering po' boys, fish, steaks, appetizers, and a specialty pizza menu. Kitchen opens at 5 Monday through Thursday and 11 Friday through Sunday. And happy hours are daily at Capitol Grill. Also enjoy the all-new Tuesday night and karaoke on Wednesday and Friday nights from 8 till midnight with DJ Money Mon. Capitol Grill, DeVille Plaza in Jackson.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
Welcome back into the Lindsey Beckham Show. We are live here in the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. And don't forget, Mother's Day is coming up. I know I've said it before, but I cannot imagine any mom would be disappointed with something from Women's Wellness where they are able to go relax and pamper themselves. Oh, boy, do moms need that. They offer everything over there. I'm telling you, it is everything under one roof. One-stop shop for your skincare, facials, aesthetics, weight loss, hormone replacement therapy, Botox, fillers. Whatever it is that you need, they've got it. As well as your general health and wellness. In the initial visit, once you meet with them, they will do blood work. They will run all of your numbers. They will make sure that there's not an underlying issue, something going on that could be a very easy fix. When I went in for my first appointment, we found that my vitamin D level was not even there. They said it was the lowest they had ever seen, and I said, "Well, that makes so much sense. Now I understand why I'm tired all the time." And here I was just chalking it up to being a single mom with 5 kids, but there could be something else that can be so easily fixed by just supplements. So y'all get over there, go see Morgan. I hope she will be back on the show with us soon. I know they are so super busy as they are expanding clinics across the state and their telehealth program, as well as, of course, Morgan helping run a campaign. Todd McAlpin running for county court judge in Madison County. So she is staying busy on the campaign trail, learning all the things to learn about campaigning, I'm sure. I will pray for you, Morgan. Campaigning is not for the weak. I can tell you that from experience. I have vowed never to get myself highly, highly involved in another campaign because it will take it out of you. But if you don't know what to get for your mom, your girlfriend, your wife, your other half, your sister, whatever special mom is in your life, you cannot go wrong with women's wellness. You will be the superstar of the day. We are streaming live, Facebook, YouTube, and X. As always, live on your FM radio dial 1039 and WIAB.com. You can call in 601-879-0002 or text in on our text line 601-879-4648. If there's anything that you would like to add to the conversation today, any comments or questions or concerns, or you just want to tell me how much you disagree with me, that's okay too. I'm telling you, and I've been saying this for the last few weeks here, words just don't hurt me. You know, I used to be this sensitive little girl growing up, and somebody could look at me wrong and I would bust into tears. And I think the answer for that was God said, let's put her in politics, and then she'll get some tough skin real quick, like when you start running in those circles. So, I mean, once you get labeled a hate group on a hate map that the whole world looks at, there's not, I mean, what else can you say? I'm an extremist. I'm a militia group. I'm a hate group. I'm an anti-government. I'm a domestic terror. All the things that could be said have been said. So come on, hit me with your best shot. I promise I can take it. I was looking the other day actually saw an article kind of pop up in my feed talking about, do states that spend more on education get better grades? And I'm just a little floored at some of these numbers. At the top of the list, spending the most in education per child, a little over $37,000 a year per student, is New York. And that's actually a little bit of a drop from 2024, when New York spent a little over $38,000 per student. Washington, D.C. is not far behind, spending about $34,500 annually per student. So you would be surprised at the areas across the country that spend the most and what that looks like in relation to which students do the best when it comes to education. So we've got New York, a little over 37,000, New Jersey around 31,000, Massachusetts around 29,000, and then Vermont, Connecticut, New Hampshire, Wyoming, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Illinois, California, Maine, Hawaii, Maryland, Washington, Alaska, West Virginia, and Minnesota, all between 20 and 27,000. Funny, I didn't see Florida anywhere on that list, yet consistently they show up at the very tip top in education overall. Right now, they rank number 2 in education and number 6 in the best states to educate your child overall. Colorado ranks number 3 in education, number 11 overall. They also not in the top 20 when it comes to spending. So how can that be? How is it that we can spend thousands and thousands more per child and not see the results from that? And I think this is the one thing Mississippi has gotten right. It's not rocket science. I like to use the analogy when you go take your driver's test to get your driver's license. If you don't pass that driver's test, and yet we allow you to drive a car on the road anyway, I imagine we're probably going to see more accidents, more car wrecks, automobile wrecks, and accidents on the road. That's just common sense. And so this is the thing that Mississippi has done that the rest of the country is looking at and calling the Mississippi Miracle. Now, our baseline here in Mississippi is about $7,000 annually per student. Obviously, there are districts that get more. You also have to look at the individual child. Is this child special needs? Those children obviously require more to be educated per year. But when we get back to the basics, when we get back to teaching children phonics, sounding out sounds and letters, and then we keep them where they are until they're proficient in that, of course, scores are going to go up. Of course, we're going to increase when it comes to how many children can read proficiently on grade level. It's just common sense. So this, hey, let's throw more money at the problem, doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And we can see that by looking across the country at which states spend the most in education and what their outcomes are. It's not difficult. You don't need a physicist to come in here and figure out how to fix this. You meet the child where they are. Parents out there, if you have more than one child, you already know. It's very difficult to parent each child in your household the same because they are all so different. They are all individuals with unique and individual needs. The way that they learn is not the same across the board. It's not one size fits all. Never has been, never will be. So how can you educate every child the same and think you're going to get the same outcome? It doesn't work that way. So while we are on the right track and we have made necessary improvements when it comes to how Mississippi children are learning to read, why stop there when there's so much more we can do to improve education right here in Mississippi? Why stop there? Why not keep going until we're number one? There are definitely ways that we can make that happen. We got to take a break. Y'all stay with us. There's lots more to break down here on the Lindsey Beckham Show, WYAB 1039. We will be right back. Beckham Show, WYAB 1039. We will be right back.
1039 WYAB.
Americans for Prosperity is Mississippi's and the country's leading grassroots organization dedicated to promoting economic freedom and personal liberty. Americans for Prosperity advocates for limited government, free market policies, and empowering individuals. When given freedom and opportunity, Americans are capable of extraordinary things. If you are ready to make a difference in our community and want to get involved, then visit americansforprosperity.org. Be a part of positive change at americansforprosperity.org. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to Rheem partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Rheem and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
ABC News, I'm Chuck Sievertson. The Iran war ceasefire still holding despite 10 attacks by Iran. Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff calls low-level harassment of Iranian oil ports, says Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth at the Pentagon.
Our ironclad blockade remains in full effect as well. In fact, 6 ships tried to run the blockade out of Iranian ports as Project Freedom commenced, and they were all turned around.
He's mentioning the U.S. military undertaking what officials call Project Freedom to ensure safe passage of commercial ships through the Strait of Hormuz. Gasoline prices will keep going up until the strait opens, says Patrick Nahan, Gas Buddy analyst.
We could be seeing a national average rise to $4.55 to $4.75 by the time Memorial Day rolls around.
EU and U.S. trade officials meet in Paris today after President Trump Friday announced higher tariffs on European cars and trucks to 25%. This is ABC News.
Venable Glass is your local glass expert. Offering residential, automotive, and commercial glass, Venable Glass can do it all. Windshield repair, replacement of shower doors, mirrors, and everything in between. What sets Venable Glass apart from the rest? Unmatched reliability and customer service. Don't forget, tell your insurance company that you want to use Venable Glass. And remember, you do have a choice. Let Venable Glass work hard to earn your business. Call Venable's Ridgeland or Brandon locations today for a free estimate or visit venableglass.com.
All Britain's Jewelers.
When love requires a gift, nothing says it better than All Britons. Since 1920, we've been part of your family. From weddings and anniversaries to holidays, we've been there for every special occasion. At All Britons, we value your trust. Every gift, whether large or small, is a reflection of our commitment to quality and excellence. There's a reason we're still Mississippi's foremost diamond merchant. Let us show you why. All Britons Jewelry, 4460 Old Canton Road in Jackson.
All Britain's Jewelers.
Why should you choose Cerami Air Conditioning and Heating for all service or installation? Well, they purchase all parts directly from the manufacturer. All of their factory-trained technicians have been hand-selected for skill, work ethic, and experience. There are never any hidden fees or charges. Cerami Air Conditioning and Heating is dedicated to your complete satisfaction, and they're family-owned and operated. For residential and commercial service or installation, contact Cerami Air Conditioning and Heating, 601-317-0729, or make an appointment through their Facebook page.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Hot weather requires us to run the AC nonstop. Pure Air Consultants can inspect your unit today to ensure your AC is operating at peak performance. Pure Air Consultants is your go-to ring partner that can get the job done and have you resting in comfort in no time. Locally owned and operated, they have proudly served our community for over 22 years. Contact Pure Air Consultants today at mypureairconsultants.com. Ream and Pure Air Consultants to the rescue.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Jamie Creel in Flora and Ridgeland, 601-992-6000.
Welcome back into the Lindsey Beckham Show. I am, of course, Lindsey Beckham. We are live here in the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. So listening to the commercials play, and I'm telling you, y'all know what these Mississippi summers are like when that heat hits, and it's coming soon. So you want to call Pure Air Consultants before summer gets here. Let them check everything out. Let them make sure everything is working properly before you end up in a puddle on your kitchen floor because it is so hot. When that humidity hits and you feel like you can't breathe outside in this Mississippi weather, Pure Air Consultants are going to be some of your favorite people. Not only that, but if you wash clothes, if you have 5 kids at your house like I do, of course, right now I've been taking everything to the laundromat because my washer and dryer are currently not working. Haven't been for some time, in fact, but the lint that would pile up in my dryer and I would not even realize it. In fact, at one point it caught fire, and of course, thankfully, the dryer shut off because it was made in a way to do so. But that can be a serious, serious threat to your home. Make sure that you are cleaning out those dryer filters, and Pure Air Consultants can come over and take the dryer apart and really, really get every bit of that old lint out of there, which can definitely be a fire hazard. I had to have that done at one point, and not only does it keep you safe, but it definitely helps your dryer become more efficient. And when you have 5 kids who want to change clothes 10 times a day, that makes things so much easier. So give Pure Air Consultants a call. You will not regret it. I also wanted to mention that our sponsors, Americans for Prosperity, we love those guys over there. So thankful for them and all that they do, advocating for true conservative policy. They are having an event June 6th, save the date, over at Mississippi College, where they will be celebrating 250 years of this great country, which we are so blessed to live in. Moms for Liberty is actually doing several events across the country. We had one this past Saturday night at Ellis Island in New York. I unfortunately was unable to go, but I'm telling you, it looked incredible. I watched the live stream. They had Glenn Beck there. He brought the house down with his speech, and it was just the fireworks and the Statue of Liberty and the backdrop, and knowing that so many people started their new life right there at Ellis Island. Very, very powerful, moving ceremony. I'll post the link to that if anybody would like to go back and watch it. We're hosting several others across the country as we celebrate the 250th birthday of the greatest country there has ever been, the United States of America, of course. But I did want to mention that June 6th, save the date if you would like to attend that event being held by Americans for Prosperity over at Mississippi College. There's been a little bit of conflict about the House meeting that Jason White has announced will be held in the old Capitol building as they are preparing for this special session that our governor has called due to the Supreme Court ruling on the Louisiana case and how district lines are drawn. Fabian Nelson, Mississippi lawmaker, is raising concerns about the location of an upcoming special legislative session, saying it carries historical significance tied to voter suppression. He said that holding the session at the old Capitol is disappointing, noting that it is the same site where the 1890 Constitutional Convention took place. Now, 136 years later, we return to this building to consider a measure that will further restrict our electoral process, Nelson said. The message this sends carries a weight of trauma that should not be ignored or dismissed. Lawmakers are meeting at the old Capitol while the current state capitol undergoes construction. Now, Nelson did acknowledge the logistical need for an alternate location, but said the symbolism of the site matters. We cannot rewrite our history, but we will not ignore or minimize it, he said. The places where we conduct the people's business must reflect who we are today, one Mississippi, not a divided one. He said he does plan to attend the session and continue representing his district. I would love to be able to ask Fabian Nelson where he thinks the special session should take place. We have this big, beautiful building sitting right there, our old Capitol building that meets the needs, that has the space. Why would you not use that if our current Capitol is undergoing construction and is unable to be used at the current time? Yes, there are things about Mississippi's history that are dark. There are things about Mississippi's history that are ugly. There are things about Mississippi's history that are very much racist. But the point that he made there is, let's represent the Mississippi of today, and what building you're in shouldn't decipher whether or not you are able to do that. The location in which you are standing shouldn't determine whether or not you are able to come together as one body of legislators and be able to make the best decisions for Mississippi. Now, I think that it's a great thing that no one should be able to draw district lines based on race. I think that is removing any sort of racism from the process on either side. If you cannot draw a district lines so that there are more white people in that district or more black people in that district, to me, that is ending racism. Why should we draw a district where we make sure there are more white people than black people, or where we make sure there are more black people than white people? What is the reason for doing that when we have come so far? A BVAP should not even be used in the terminology of how we draw out a district. And the building where you meet to discuss this shouldn't matter. I would love to know what his solution is for where he believes this special session should take place when our big, beautiful former Capitol building is sitting right there, not being used. I think it's almost symbolic that you walk into that old Capitol building as a group of black and white legislators who want to do what's best for all of Mississippi, who can come together and make those difficult and those hard decisions, but leave race out of it. That should be the plan. But of course, there's always got to be something to be upset about, because what else would we talk about if there wasn't? So hopefully they will all be there in the old Capitol and show up ready to do what's best for Mississippi and not dwell on things that happened in the past that we can't change. We can most definitely learn from and move forward in order to make Mississippi a better place. We got to take our last break of the day. Y'all stay with us. We will be right back here to wrap things up on this Tuesday afternoon here on WIAB 103.9, The Lindsey Beckham Show. Don't go anywhere. Up on this Tuesday afternoon here on WIAB 103.9, The Lindsey Beckham Show. Don't go anywhere.
103.9 WIAB.
Hello, friends and neighbors. This is David Frederick. I'm here to tell you about the latest development here at Frederick Sales and Service in Brandon. In an effort to always bring you the very best brands, I am proud to announce that Frederick Sales and Service is Central Mississippi's newest dealer for Skag zero-turn mowers and products. We have deals on one of the industry's best brands of zero-turn mowers, Skag. You can buy now and pay later because 0% financing is also available at Frederick's. Come see our inventory. We're here serving you for over 3 decades in Brandon since 1993.
Hey guys, this is Casey Ellis with Ellis Autoplex, located on Highway 471 in Brandon. Ellis Autoplex, known as Little Truck City, is your old school mom and pop style dealership that's family owned and operated. We specialize in 4-wheel drive trucks, but don't worry, we have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repair? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Efficient and trouble-free payroll processing is crucial to a business's success, and a lot of businesses are struggling with it. PeopleLease, a local payroll provider, not only offers top-of-the-line software, but also provides on-demand payroll support services. With PeopleLease, you're never on your own at every step of your payroll process. PeopleLease has the expertise in managing payroll challenges and will work hard to understand your business and employees. That's what makes PeopleLease the perfect choice for you and your business. Learn more online at peoplelease.com.
Tee it up for a great cause with the Madison Lions Club. Join us on Thursday, May 21st at the beautiful Whisper Lake Golf Club for our annual golf tournament. Grab your team and enjoy a fun, competitive day on the course with prizes for first, second, and third place. Sponsorship opportunities are available to showcase your business while supporting the community. Sign up today at madisonlionsclub.square.site. That's the Madison Lions Club Golf Tournament, Thursday, May 21st at Whisper Lake.
Hobbs Auto Sales on Highway 49 in Florence is where you come to buy quality pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, priced to fit your budget. Stop by Pops Auto Sales today, where fair prices and superior service leads to satisfied repeat buyers. Or go to popsautosales.llc.com and browse our inventory and get pre-approved for zero-down financing with approved credit, with service contracts and warranties available. And guys, our truck inventory is one of the largest for any independent dealer, period. Pops Auto Sales, Highway 49 in Florence.
If you had an accident and had your vehicle repaired at the insurance company preferred shop, you might consider calling Clinton Body Shop to schedule a post-repair inspection. 5 of the last 6 cars we inspected were bought back by the insurer or repair shop due to unsafe repairs. Your family's safety and your investment are at risk. You may have a diminished value claim due to repairs. Did your insurance company mention that? In Clinton and in Richland, we work for you. We take pride in perfection.
For decades, you've known the name Martin's for good times, great food, and the best live music. Now that's happening at 2 locations, downtown Jackson and Livingston. Check the websites, martinslivingstonms.com and martinsdowntownjxn.com for the many special events and live music lineups. You can chill with friends on the big patio at the Livingston location and enjoy the blue plate lunches and nightly drink specials. Martin's, downtown and Livingston.
Looking for farm fresh produce, high quality local beef, dairy, and desserts? Look no further than the Farm Store in Flora. We've got the sweetest, juiciest fruits and vibrant vegetables from Two Dog Farms, plus premium beef, all from right here in the community. Whether you're cooking up a feast or just grabbing a healthy snack, the Farm Store has got you covered. Freshness you can taste, prices you'll love. Find us on Facebook at The Farm Store by Two Dog Farm.
Sun coming up.
Welcome back for the last minute or two of the Lindsey Beckham Show on this cloudy Tuesday afternoon. Again, tomorrow, do not miss it. We will be joined by Secretary of State Michael Watson. Also, he has announced his run for the next lieutenant governor of the state of Mississippi. And boy, do we need a new lieutenant governor here. That cannot come quickly enough. So very excited to talk to him about elections and election integrity and election security. And sometimes I think he takes a bad rap for things that he really doesn't have the power to control. So we are going to dive into all of that and then what his vision is for the state of Mississippi and what he plans to do if elected as our next lieutenant governor. Also, don't forget June 6th, mark that on your calendars. That will be the 250th Celebration of America event by Americans for Prosperity that will be held at the Mississippi College campus. And this Thursday evening, I will be visiting with my friends over in Choctaw County as I speak with the Choctaw County GOP. Super excited to get to see everyone over there and share the things that I'm working on in the state. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, same place. See you then. Y'all have a great day. Bye.